Alright, so welcome back. In today's video, I'll be showing you everything I bought at a local train show near me. So my club does this show twice a year. I've gone to it twice, and mostly I've just gone to buy stuff, but this time I actually ran a train. I spent a total of $140 on all this. I spent $100 on the first day, and I spent another $40 on the last, so let's go into this. Start with all the rolling stock, aside from one piece that'll be nearer to the end. So, let's go over to the desk again, and I'll start going through everything. Alright, so let's get into this stuff now. So, first of all out of this bin is I've got this, move this back a bit, this set of 3 twin packs. These are usually a set of 5, but these were all in the dollar bin, so I decided, why not? I think I can modify one of these last cars to have a coupler and everything on there, and modify another car with a truck, and also modify it in the same way as the other to have a coupler. These were just in the dollar bin, so got those. So those were $1 before the discount, which I was adding up my total. Everything was going to come out to about $150, but I got it all for $100 from the first day. So let's continue on. So this is a Tyco, I believe Tyco, Burlington Northern grain car. I might be wrong on that, but I've been actually trying to build a grain train, so I bought a whole bunch of these. All these grain cars that you're about to see, I bought for $5 each, so it's not terrible. This one just has plastic wheels. A lot of the other ones also had plastic wheels, and I upgraded them. Some had metal wheels, but they all do have Katie and other brand knuckle couplers. So this is the first of them. So this is the second of the grain cars. This one is a CNW one. I believe this might be an Athearn. This one also did not come with metal wheels when I equipped them, but kind of nice car. Now, here's the third grain car. I don't know what Novon is or whatever, but kind of interesting. The base of this one's metal, so I have a feeling it's made by a different company, but I don't know who. This one did come with metal wheels too. So, yeah, that's grain car number 3. Fourth grain car is this. It's a Simpson car. I believe this one might be an Athearn. Again, I'm not sure. This one did come with metal wheels, though. So, yeah. Grain car number 4. Also, I'll mention before this, I had 4 grain cars, so this will be increasing it a lot. Then, I've got this one, which is a UP grain car. I have another UP grain car, if you remember. So, this one did come with metal wheels, but it's missing a coupler. So I'll have to modify that, and I also have to secure those weights. Yeah, that's grain car number 4. There's 2 more of these. So here's the next grain car. It's an Arthur Farmsville car. I believe it's the exact same as the CNW car. I might be wrong, but yeah, that's that car. And also, it did come with plastic wheels. Then lastly, I'm fairly certain this is an Athearn Great Northern grain car. Exact same thing as the other one, pretty much. This one, I also did put metal wheels on. It came with plastic wheels. So, yeah, that's all the grain cars. Yeah, that's 6 grain cars. Then the last of the freight cars, or the second to last of the freight cars I bought, there's another freight car in there, but that is a different story. So this is a Rio Grande Hopper. I believe this came out of the dollar bin. I don't know how or why I ended up with this, but I guess I do. Somehow it has metal wheels and knuckle couplers, so I can run it at my train club, but just an interesting car, I guess. So, next up, I actually have some passenger cars. So these were all $5 each as well. So first, there's this UP Rivarossi baggage car. All these next 4 cars are Rivarossi. They were $5 each. It's kind of a train. This one's got a knuckle on the front, but then the rest of these, they all have metal wheels. But they all have horn-hook couplers, so at some point I'll have to replace that. So, first car, the baggage car. Here's the second car. I believe this is a diner. I might be wrong. That or a sleeper or something. I don't really know. I'm not good with passenger cars. Again, same story. Not a terrible car for $5. So that's car 2. So, car 3, I believe this is just a normal coach. Yeah, again, same story, nothing special. Then this is car 4. Obviously, it's a dome car. Yeah. Also, nice car, nothing special. So that other freight car I was telling you about, done a trade with a friend for a few things, including the snowplow and from a previous video that you saw. This was part of it. So, yeah, I just got that the same day as well, so I kind of threw it in there just to show it off. So now I can start getting into some of the engines. So first off, we have this dummy Metroliner, which also happened to come out of the dollar bin. So, yeah, there's that. I have also been sick lately, so I'm still recovering from that. This one did have metal weight down here, but I had to take that off because it had somehow managed to bend, and it was just causing a whole bunch of issues. So yeah, that's that. And then here's a power unit to go with it. Yeah, this one does have the metal weight, but as you can see, it is also kind of bent like I was talking about. I also need to figure out how to reposition it so it's not doing that at the end. Yeah, it does have the metal weight. It's not as bad as the other car, so I can leave this, I believe. So, don't know if any of these engines run, though. So, it's the first of the engines of this lot. So, the next of the engines is this. This one's actually interesting. I cannot test run this one, which I will with all the others. So this was one of the ones I bought on the second day, more independently. I also forgot to mention that other Metroliner was $5. So this I bought for $20, but it also has DCC. So I tested it at my club's layout that same day since I was there running already, and it does work. So it was $20 for this DCC engine. So you probably won't see this at all, ever probably on the channel, unless I do something at the club, so yeah, that's that. It also does appear to be missing its horn. So, next engine, it's just this came out of the dollar bin actually, so it's just this Union Pacific switcher. It does have kind of a big crack here, but it does seem like a decent engine. It weighs a lot for one of these little switchers. Okay, so next up, this is a Model Power Shark Nose. The body is kind of off here. There, that's a bit better. I've actually been looking for one of these for a while because I have a project where I'd like to repaint one of these and do a random paint scheme. So, I might have a video of that at some point in the future. Not sure yet. I do kind of want to fix the way this shell is sitting though. So yeah, it's the Model Power Shark Nose. Next up, kind of interesting piece. So this is a Manoa 262. So at the train club for the sale, they had this box of engines that was $5 each. Since they were at the show last year and just didn't sell. It's the same box the Shark Nose came out of, since I forgot to mention that was also $5. So I got this out of there. I've been looking for a 262 for a while, before I'd been working on the Southern Pacific one. That still needs a new rear trailing truck. So, now I have another 262. Yeah, this one's a Manoa though. So, now for the next engine, there's also one out of that $5 bin. This is a BC Rail Dash 9, I believe. It's an Athearn. So, it's just kind of an interesting engine. I don't really have that many 90s era engines that are DC, so it'll be something interesting. I might convert it to DCC. I don't know. Give me some suggestions on that. And then, next up, I'm going to save this other thing for a little longer. So this is a Roundhouse box. This was also on the $5 Broken Engine table, which was a different table they have. So this is a Roundhouse Shay. And this one's actually a pretty nice one. Pull it out here. So yeah, this was being sold for $5. So I looked over. In that box originally, there was some sort of instruction packet. So when I got it home, I tested it. This thing actually has upgraded LEDs and everything. So then, it was being sold for $5. I thought I could fix it. So then I took it home, and I took off this little back bit. I found there was a DCC decoder and an upgraded motor in there. So then, next time I went to my train club, let's see if I can get this back in on camera here. Yeah, the next time I went to my train club, I tested it. It needs a little bit of work, but it does run. So I can't show you that, but $5 for a really nice Shay, which is much nicer than my other one, if you remember. It's a steal to me. So I will use this one a lot. It is a great engine, so I'll put that back in its box. And I think the next thing, either this or this next thing, was the best buy of the whole lot for me. So I found this a while ago when I was just able to get a look at some of the stuff there. This next thing, hopefully the tender gives you a hint as to what this is. This was also sold for $5 on the broken table. I haven't tested any of this stuff yet aside from the DCC stuff. So this, let's see, I'm going to have to move this back. This is a Rivarossi Big Boy. So yeah, this was just on the $5 broken table. So I don't know what's wrong with it, but I mean, $5 for a Rivarossi Big Boy is still pretty good. I'll move that to the side. Also, the tender's kind of weird. Someone put this Union Pacific decal on the front. I don't know why, but they did. So I think those last two were the best buys of the whole thing. Okay, so then next up, we've got this little, I believe this is a Tyco switcher. It was also out of the dollar bin. So, not disappointed with this. It's an interesting engine. So, I will probably use this too. Now, here, I'll go into this next thing. So this was one of the things I bought on the second day. It's a Walther center beam. I've actually been wanting a center beam for a while. And compared to everything else, this was a little more expensive. I spent $20 on this thing, but I mean, I've wanted a center beam for a while. It wasn't a bad deal. They also threw in this lumber load for it, so decided why not and bought that. So that's the other freight car. Then this next thing's kind of interesting. It's in this box, and it was also on the broken engine table, being sold for $5. This is on an Ather and SW chassis. I need to get it a motor and some drive shafts and everything. But this, I believe, is an Alco S1 carry kit. So I had an idea to see if I could try and make a video series or do something with this, just to see how cheap you could get a nice engine for and build one. Since I bought this thing for $5, I just need to get in a motor and everything for it to run, as I mentioned before. I've got some paint and stuff for free, so just wondering, would that be a good idea or interesting to see? So let me know on that. It does come with some other parts and pieces in there, but nothing too special for now. So yeah, I bought that with that kind of interesting idea. Now, there's a few more things left in here. In here, it's a Bachmann Gandy Dancer, which I believe is basically brand new. Just a little Gandy Dancer. It still comes with everything. So, yeah, I bought that for $5 as well on the working table since it was such a small engine. Did actually buy yet another engine on the broken table. It's this. It's an actually nicer AHM 240. I do really like mine. This one's a lot nicer and does need a little bit of work. But I'll probably switch to using this one a bit more since I just happen to like it a bit better. So, put that back in the box. Then I'll go on to the last thing here. Once I get that in its box. Which is happening to be a bit trickier than I thought. The last thing which I bought was $10, which I believe was the most expensive engine I bought. Well, no, aside from that other switcher. So this, I'm going off what the box says since this is a highly disputed thing. This is an Athearn DD40AX. I believe it's custom painted, but I bought this, again, for $10 off the working engine table. So, yeah, nothing much special about that. Yeah, that's everything that I bought. So, let's go take all the engines over to my layout and see which ones run, which ones don't, and which ones just need a bit of work. Alright, so I have everything out in order what I think is least likely to run and most likely to run. So this one I'd say is least likely to run because it's completely missing that drive shaft, but we'll see if it does anything. We're getting a short. Yeah, this one will not run yet. Okay, so next up we have the Amtrak Metroliner out. I just don't really feel confident at all about this running, so that's why it's here. And yeah, nothing from this one. So yeah, this one also does not run. Alright, so next up's kind of an oddball. It's the Rivarossi Big Boy. So this was $5 on the broken table. It's told it has some sort of electrical problem. So let's see if it'll do anything. Temper sounds like it's derailed. Yeah, nothing at all out of this. So, this one also does not run. Alright, so next up we have the Mantua 262. I have absolutely no clue if this will run, so let's see. Try the other direction. And sounds like it's trying to start. More power. Yeah, I've gotten a few signs from this thing, but it doesn't appear to run yet. But it's a good sign. So, on to the next one. From here on, I think all these do have a pretty good chance of running. These switchers are usually pretty reliable, so we'll see if this one runs. That car out of the way. Seems like it does want to start. It's trying to start. Yeah. Yeah, it does look like this one's sort of running currently. Full power. It's stalled, but let's see. Okay, that one is indeed running, so on to the next engine. Okay, so this next one I also got from the same place as the other one. It's another little switcher, so I have high hopes for this one as well. And it's trying to go. Go the other way. See, that one isn't running great, but it does indeed run. So, on to the next engine. Alright, so this next one I'm pretty confident about. It's not so much an engine, but it's a Bachmann Gandy Dancer. So we'll see if this one will work. It was on the working engine table. Just saw the motor turn over. That one guy doesn't appear to be doing much, but it doesn't apparently like to go that direction much, but it does run. So, on to the next engine, actually. These last three I all have high hopes that'll work, so this is the Model Power Shark Nose. Yeah, it does indeed appear to run. didn't need much of any help. But maybe a little needed. Let's see if it'll come back to me. Yeah, that one does indeed run. So on to the next engine. So next up is the Athearn DD40. It's an Athearn, so I feel it has a pretty good chance of running. And yes, it does appear to run. It seems like it'll need some work though. It's just gone straight off the track. I'll send that one back. Yeah, it does indeed run. So now on to the last of the engines. Okay, so this is the last engine. It seems like this one's a bit newer. It's an Athearn -9, so see if this one starts. Flip the direction. Definitely trying to go at least. Let's see if we can do that again. Not doing great. He's indeed trying to go. Yeah, this one does start. Leave it at that. So, thanks for watching. We got a whole bunch of new projects, and go check out another video.